Harry Kane is finally leaving Tottenham. He will be signing for Bayern Munich for £95 million. And I feel like this is the right time for Harry Kane to go because he did nearly leave and sign for Man City a couple of seasons ago. Um, but he did stay at Tottenham. And I feel like over the last season, it hasn't been great for Tottenham. They finished in a very mediocre 8th last season in the Premier League. They have no European football at all. This was a long time coming, but it's agreed. There has been a £95 million deal agreed. Whether he does sign for Bayern Munich, I mean, normally when teams do agree a deal, it happens. Like when there is a deal agreed, the player signs for that club. So it should be done within the next couple of weeks. But I wouldn't be very surprised at all if Harry Kane went on and just rejected it. But I don't think he will reject it. I think he will accept this deal and move to the Bundesliga. You're guaranteed trophies at Bayern, and Harry Kane needs some trophies because he's 30 now. He's probably got another 6 years left of his career, and it's. I mean, he's had no trophies the whole time he's been at Tottenham. No major trophies at all. He got to a Champions League final with Tottenham in 2019, but just getting to a Champions League final doesn't get you trophies. Winning the games get you trophies. Not getting to finals. They just getting to finals don't win you trophies. You have to win the finals to get the trophies. But I do think with Harry Kane in Bayern's team, that team is going to be brilliant. It's going to be better than it already is. They could make their 12th. They could get their 12th title in a row. They could make a very good team out of this, Bayern. They've already signed Kim Min-jae this summer. He did an absolutely brilliant job for Napoli last season. And they're about to sign Harry Kane from Tottenham. Yeah, I didn't think Bayern's team could get any better. But yeah, Harry Kane is leaving and going to Tottenham. No, going to Bayern Munich. But yeah, I do think that with Tottenham's team, I thought maybe they could finish inside the top 8 this season, maybe 7th or 6th place finish. With the team they've got a new goalkeeper, James Maddison, that they signed from Leicester. They've got Manuel Solomon from Fulham. I thought that'd be an alright team. But without Harry Kane, it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as good. I know it's not a one-player team. But without Harry Kane, it's going to take a massive piece out of Tottenham's squad. And with Harry Kane in that squad for the last 4 seasons, they've done all right. Yeah, they're not a great team at all. Tottenham are not a very good team at all. Last season, when I say they're not a very good team, they're a top 6 team, but they don't win anything. They got close to winning a trophy in the Carabao Cup final a couple of years ago. I think it was when Man City were trying to sign Kane. But they lost it. They lost it to Man City. But they're beginning to not be a very good team. And with what potential this team has, I always say that. I mean, it's got some good players, and I feel like likes of Richarlison, Basuma, they could show what they signed for. They could show they need to show why they signed for Tottenham. And last season they didn't really do that. They've got a new manager in Ange Postecoglou, but he has only managed Celtic and a couple of other teams as well, a few other teams. But we don't know much about Ange Postecoglou. He has won a few titles with Celtic, the Scottish Premiership, but yeah, without Harry Kane, it's taken a massive part out of Tottenham's team, and he's been there for 16 years now. I think he's been there since he was 18, so that's like he's 30 now, so that's like might be over 20 years or something. But yeah, he has been at Tottenham for a very long time. He's their all-time top scorer, and he could go to Bayern Munich and win titles and Champions Leagues potentially, or he could set the record and beat Alan Shearer's goal-scoring record. I'd rather go and win trophies at Bayern Munich. But yeah, winning trophies is what he needs to do. I mean, beating Alan Shearer's all-time goal-scoring record, is an achievement in itself, but he needs to go and win trophies at a team like Bayern Munich, because he isn't going to get that at Tottenham. It's not guaranteed at all. The last time Tottenham won a trophy was in 2008, and that was 16 years ago. And it was 15 years ago. And, yeah, it was 15 years ago the last time they won a trophy. So it's about time Harry Kane won a trophy. He hasn't had any luck with England. England did get to the Euro 2021 final, but they did lose that, so he did not win the Euros. And yeah, he's probably Tottenham's best player of all time. They have had a few legends. Ledley King, I think, played for them. They've had some great players over their history, but Harry Kane is the best player to play for Tottenham. Ledley King was an amazing player. He was one of their legends. But he is probably the best player of all time. Modric also did play for Tottenham as well. He was a great player, but not until he signed for. He was a good player, but not really until he signed for Real Madrid. Then that's where Modric became one of the best players in Europe. But yeah, there has been some good players that have played for Tottenham. There's also Jermaine Defoe that has also played for Tottenham. Yeah, and I also do think that there is also the likes of. I don't think Son is quite legendary, but he is a good player. So for Harry Kane, if he leaves, Son could be a replacement for Harry Kane in his position. And also, Tottenham are going to have to find a new captain if Harry Kane leaves, because obviously Harry Kane is the captain of Tottenham. But yeah, I do think with the current team Tottenham have, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's good enough, but not good enough. If they want to be competing for European football with the likes of Richarlison, James Maddison has literally just signed for Tottenham, and I don't even think he played a game of pre-season for Leicester. He's a good player, but James Maddison, I think he'll either do well or he'll do bad next season. But without Harry Kane in Tottenham's team, it's going to be it's going to be difficult for Tottenham next season. But yeah, it wasn't really a shock. It was a long time coming, but not really a shock. But yeah, Harry Kane, he is going to sign for Tottenham this summer, for a £95 million pound deal that has been agreed by both club and player, by Munich, Tottenham, and Harry Kane. Yeah. If you enjoyed that video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.